if the season were to end today, the Warriors would be in the play-in tournament. That's what they would be in. Okay, we're not talking championship. We're not talking anything like that. We're talking about the ability to be in a play-in and to potentially make the playoffs. Nobody is running away in the Western Conference. And this is the thing. And it's more so a call as opposed to a belief, Big Perk. Jordan Poole, what's up? You did get your bag. People were talking about how you needed to be a starter. Now, nobody's Steph Curry, the greatest shooter God has ever created, okay? But the bottom line is you got Jordan Poole and you got somebody like Klay who needs to remember, and he has over the last 4 or 5 games to give him credit, who needs to remember you one of the top 5 shooters in the history of basketball and you're a 4-time champion. Damn it, act like it. Act like it. Stop sulking because critics are questioning it. You had 2 major injuries, but you back from that now. You'll get yourself together. Your offseason should have been better. Should have worked out a little bit more, a little bit better, but that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is, with the stroking abilities of Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole, the fact of the matter is, even though Steph Curry is a devastating loss, I don't expect you to fall off the cliff to the point where your season is over 3 weeks from now, presumably when Steph Curry shall return.
See, you know what? You can pull that on anybody else, right, and try to move the goalposts. When we say, are the Warriors finished, we're not just talking about the playoffs, Stephen A., and you know this. We're talking about championships. That's what the Warriors are based on. It's championships or bust. So when we say, are they finished, we know that they could get into the play-in tournament and make the postseason. We're talking about the championship. Can they compete for a championship? Are they finished when it comes down to a championship? And the answer is hell yeah, they are. Right? And I have no hope. Matter of fact, I have the same amount of hope that me and Barack Obama could have breakfast in the morning. It just ain't happening because my schedule too busy, even if he could make it down here.
Yes. You're too busy for Barack.
Yeah, my schedule too busy. Second of all, the West is too stacked up right now. It's too many teams that I could say that are better than the Golden State Warriors, right? I'm looking at the Clippers, right, when they're healthy, and the Kawhi Leonard that we have been seeing of late has turned back the hands of time. I'm looking at the Memphis Grizzlies right now with the way that Ja Morant is playing right now and the way that, and what they did to them last season and pushed them to the brinks. Here's the thing. I don't trust the Warriors' depth. I don't trust their bench. They lost too many pieces that contributed last season off the bench to help them with their title run. Moses Moody has been non-existent. Jonathan Kuminga, Steve Kerr don't really trust him with his IQ. And we see what James Wiseman is right now. He's down there in the G League. He's not even up on the bench. And now you get to Steph Curry. And Stephen A., with a guy that just had shoulder surgery and a guy that went through shoulder surgery and myself, you know when it comes down to them shoulders, that's a lingering injury. And any given time, it could happen again throughout the season and come back to haunt you. So when I look at the Warriors, they just don't have it. And are they finished? Yes. And I mean finished by winning a championship.
Okay, we could talk championships. I don't agree with that. Because to me, it's his non-shooting shoulder. That's number one. Number two, he's expected to be back. Number three, if you feel that way, you felt that way before he got injured, which I respect. I'm not ready to throw them out with the bathwater. I think Wiseman going to come back from the G League and do a little something that he's supposed to do. I think Kuminga has elevated his level of play. I think Klay will elevate his level of play. And when I look at it from that perspective, with Poole, with Klay, with Steph, okay, and if you get any kind of production from your bench, I'm not ready to write off the greatest shooters I've seen. I'm sorry, I'm just not ready to do that yet. But I will say this, Memphis and New Orleans, to me, are who scared me most. I thought it was going to be the Clippers, but damn it, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George already missing too many games. Can I see them on the court? They ain't played last night either.
See, you know what else I have a problem with? It's 2 guys on the Warriors that you never call out and rarely hold them accountable. I just mentioned you talk about Jordan Poole. But the 2 you know I'm about to say Draymond. Okay. You know I'm about to say Draymond. And Steve Kerr. and Steve Kerr.
Why would I
Look,
call
while
out
Steph
Steve
is
Kerr?
out, we need to see more out of Draymond Green. We need to see more out of Draymond Green. But now, with Steve Kerr, I said this before the season started. This was going to be the most challenging job for his coaching job since Steve Kerr has taken over this head coaching, because he has to now kind of implement these young guys into the lineup. And so when I say Steve Kerr, now you don't have a 30-point per game score.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. Happy Friday. Can't complain. Been a long week. And so let's talk about the Warriors for a sec. Warriors are without Steph Curry for the next 3 weeks, as per Woj. He dropped the Woj bomb yesterday, and watching First Take, obviously, it was announced that Kendrick Perkins was like, oh, there's no way that the Warriors are going to go back to the finals or barely make the play-in tournament. I just find it funny because the same thing last year was said about the Warriors, right? Exact same thing. Nobody thought they would go anywhere, and all of a sudden they won the chip. So Kendrick Perkins was like, there's a better chance of him and Barack Obama having breakfast in the morning as opposed to the Warriors making the playoffs or winning the chip, right? If history has shown us, it is one thing. You do not count out the Golden State Warriors. Been saying this since 2015, right? Steph Curry, unbelievable shooter. I know he injured his shoulder, but it's his non-shooting shoulder, and therefore it's not that big of a deal. Plus, he's only out for 3 weeks. Primarily concerning is the play of Draymond Green. A lot of people are saying Klay Thompson, James Wiseman got sent to the G League. I think that's just temporary, but I'm just here to say that basically I'm not counting these guys out. They have championship caliber, championship experience. I know on Christmas Day, the Golden State Warriors faced the Memphis Grizzlies, and that should be one hell of a matchup. Dylan Brooks was like, I got Klay. I think that's a better defensive matchup. And Klay was kind of talking smack to the Memphis Grizzlies afterwards, after they won the championship. So they got that game circled for sure, especially since the Memphis Grizzlies are now number 1 and they beat the hell out of the Bucks last night by 40 freaking points. Check the highlights. It was so funny because the crowd was starting to do the wave, and so did the Memphis Grizzlies bench, right? So it was pretty fun to watch, but at the end of the day, the main objective here is I am not counting out the Warriors just yet. It's only December, and the championship usually comes about in June. Playoffs start in April. I know they're out of the playoff picture now, but at the end of the day, you're not going to count these guys out, right? They can hit the lights like that, right? And you don't lose faith in somebody that can just, within a snap of a finger, right? I know people are saying, they just don't have it this year. I don't know what's going on. Jordan Poole, Draymond Green situation that pretty much ruined things. I'm like, no, I don't think it ruined things. I just maybe Golden State Warriors just need to get on the same page sooner rather than later. But again, at the end of the day, I'm not fully concerned at all. I know Kendrick Perkins is saying this because he has to increase the ratings. He has to make himself sound legit and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you just can't count on Steph Curry. And Klay Thompson, he will be back, right? Draymond Green, I know he's struggling a lot, but at the end of the day, all these vets shine in the playoffs. So, I'm not worried. about them getting the playoffs. But you got a beast down in Boston, and Robert Williams is returning tonight, so that's going to be quite something. A Boston fully healthy team is a dangerous team. But we'll see what happens when that time comes. But at the end of the day, you can't count out Golden State Warriors. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Do you agree that with Kendrick Perkins, are the Warriors done or not? I personally don't think so, but tell me what you guys' thoughts are. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports. Happy Friday.